your deck profile.
What's up, guys? 8 here, my boy Joey. What'd you do today?
I got first after Swiss at the Dimension Force case tournament.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see this list. Oh, yeah, at TCG.
At Tournament City Games.
Shout out
Best
TCG.
store. Incredible store. People that work there are all right, but you know. All right, so I was on his profile like 2 weeks ago playing the same deck, but it's a little different now. I think actually like the build of the deck has kind of evolved in a way where like I don't know. You have to like not rely on the branded cards too much. You kind of have to like. It sounds bad, but like you have to like rely on the floodgates super heavily right now because you need to be able to beat the Sword Soul and the Despia. And it's not good if you try to play this deck like summon Mirror Jade every turn, like set a few traps or whatever. You need to draw these floodgates and you need to activate them to win your game. You also need to win your die rolls game one because winning die rolls
it's hard.
is crazy. And going second game one of these decks is very very hard. So yeah, this is branded Dogmatika Eldlich.
The best deck.
I was about to scrap it for a tournament.
Can you turn them around?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Eldlich stuff, same ratios most people are playing. So this is all pretty standard. I think last time I was on deck profile, I was playing 2 Eldland, but this card is just way too good going second. This is like one of the only ways you break a board going second.
Yeah, search Eldlich boy. Try
Exactly.
To
Yeah, and like some people don't know if to negate this or not. I mean, I don't know. It's up to them or not. But sometimes people let this go and think, okay, Golden Lord. All right, use Golden Lord effect.
Yeah, out the card you could use that.
Yeah, it's like I mean, probably should have just negated that straight up. But yeah, one thing I do want to mention with this is that now I'm actually siding out one copy of this and this going second against a lot of decks because unless the matchup is really grindy, you don't want to be drawing these going second because they don't actually help you break a board particularly. And
nor are they really helping establish a threatening one.
Exactly, right. So I'd rather have more impactful cards going second. So yeah, that's the Eldritch stuff. And then the branded stuff, it's just 3 branded fusion and 1 Fallen Malabas. This is tricky. A lot of people are playing 1 now. I like 1 a lot just because you don't draw it. You don't ever want to draw in this deck. It is really bad to draw. It's not like in Despia where you draw this card and you have plays you can make and it's actually pretty good sometimes. This deck is just awful drawing it.
You don't have like poly or anything to try to fuse with
anything. And like you're not setting, mostly you're setting trap cards, right? And maybe you're activating 1 or 2 cards a turn. So they have a negate. Of course they're gonna use it on this because you're probably gonna step 4 after that, and then they're wouldn't have been able to use it anyway. So it's like 1 is I guess the proper number right now. The only thing is you can't really grind out because as soon as you use the first one to make Mirror Jade,
the rest of it's dead.
Yeah, these are all just dead. You can discard with Golden Lord, they're just fodder, and that's it. And I don't play Albert anymore because.
So I'm guessing Mirror Jade doesn't send a Luby on often for you. It's probably sending stuff to get into the Dogmatika engine or something.
Yeah, it's usually sending Titanic Cloud at that point. Which what really sucks is that because if you already have access to Ecclesia and you have Mirror Jade on board, because your brand fusion they're getting at the end of the turn is not doing anything, and Titanic Cloud is also not doing anything because I'm only playing 1 Ecclesia. But like I said, this deck is really like heavily crutches on the floodgates right now. And then the rest of the monster cards, it's just 3 Ash Blossom, 1 Veiler. This is for like the access code Celine stuff. You just need 1.
Has it been coming up?
Yeah, it's actually really, really good in this deck. I can't believe I wasn't playing before. It's one of the only way this deck can really kill. And 3,500 Golden Lord plus access code is over 8,000 by itself. And this deck sometimes has problems killing and closing out games, so that helps you do that a lot.
Seems like it'll come up a lot more too, because you're more like combo heavy than a normal Eldlich deck.
Yeah, exactly. And like you can get this off of Sanguine and then make Halka Fibrax and then
help Celine access off that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's an easy way to do that. And then this is really bad. Don't do this. But I was playing 1 Troll today. I was sitting on 39 cards. I couldn't get 3rd prosperity for the tournament. Otherwise, I'd be playing 3 for sure. And then I was like, "What's a card that is good against Despia? Fuck it, throw this in."
Did it come up?
I never drew it the whole day. Yeah, I also didn't play against any Despia either. So even if I did draw it, I don't know. And then I won Ecclesia as well. And then for the rest of the spells, it's just.
So you don't play a Fleur-de-Lis?
No, I cut him. He was such a break. Every time I drew him, like hard drew him, he was terrible.
Yeah.
If you drew him plus Fall Abaz, you might as well go to the next game. You are not winning that game. So rest of the spell cards, called by 2 Prosperities. Like I said, I would want to do 3, but I didn't have 3 for the tournament. And then 2 Nadir Servant. I also want to touch on this real quick. This card is not as good as I think a lot of people thought it was at the beginning of this deck's like conception. Most of the time, it's just getting you to Ecclesia, getting into punishment, and it's really not good going first. It's a decent card going second to break a board. You can set Entis and try to play through stuff. But going first, this card is not very impactful, and it's weird. Like it's a card on the ban list, so like it's like I don't want to cut this from my deck. It's a 2, dude. It's pretty good, but like I don't know. I debated. I sided out a lot today, actually.
Going first?
Yeah, going first. Yeah, I would side out quite a bit. And then for the rest of the deck, it's 2 punishment, 3 skill drain, 2 goes in match. 3 Rivalry and 2 D Barrier. So
D-Berry in the main is kind of sauce.
yeah. I really wanted to hate on Despia, and also this card's very, very good against Sword Soul going first. Going second is not particularly good, but going first against Sword Soul, stopping a synchro play is very, very strong.
It could semi be depending on the rest of what you have. Because say you open like this and this, you're
exactly.
gonna force the resolution at least.
Yeah, you can force the skill drain to resolve, and it's pretty good actually. But it is inconsistent on drawing the right cards in your deck. So this is the hardest part of the deck for me is figuring out the trap lineup, just because there's so many different decks you need to prepare for, like so many different ratios of cards. I couldn't fit 3 Rivalry, 3 Goes in without cutting something else that I wanted. And I thought these would be better overall. So yeah, this is the Floodgate lineup. I was also testing there can only be one, and it's obviously good against Sword Soul, but it kind of fucks you over this deck quite a bit. And it's not very good against Despia, so I was playing that, but now it's just...
It's like dead against Despia almost.
Yeah, basically, like they can almost play it if they wanted to, I feel like.
That's one of the problems I had when I was playing pure Eldlich is I feel like every Floodgate is crazy in one matchup, but bad in others. There's not a lot besides skill drain that just like hose everything.
Absolutely, it's a very like particular way to build a deck based on what you think you're going to be playing into that day, and it changes all the time. So that's it for the main deck. Do you want to do the extra first?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm sure that'll be quick since you don't use a lot.
Exactly.
Oh, actually, this deck kind of does.
Well, so this is I have the access code package, how Celine access code. Very easy to go into in this deck, easier than you would expect. Most of the time when you're prosperitying for 6, which you always do this deck, I'll usually get rid of these unless I think that I need it to go for game, because it's just 3 easy get rid of.
Do you still get rid of them when you're going second, or is that mainly going first?
Going first, I pretty much always get rid of it. Going second, if I can't make the board state where I think access code's good on, like if I think they have Impem or something, I won't use it, and it just gets banished. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's actually really, really strong in this deck. And then some more of the Link monsters. Lina, she's really good. I almost cut her, but she's actually came in clutch today. Vampire Sucker, this is your way to play underneath your own Rivalry. And I actually summoned it twice against, once against Sky Strikers, once against something else, because you can steal the Ray out of their graveyard with it.
Oh, that's kind of cool, so it can't float.
And then, and then you get to draw a card, and then you can play that extra turn and not let their guy float. It's pretty cool. And then Link Spider. And yeah, this is just to get one of the traps in the grave. That's it for the links, and then some of the more random stuff.
Is there a reason you play Link Spider over Imduk?
He's got more attack. That's the only reason, yeah. If I played like the Wind Charmer, I guess Imduk would be better in that case. And then some of the fusions. I got Entis Near for Punishment and Nadir Servant. This guy is new in the deck for me. I never summoned him or used him.
Never sent him.
Yeah, it just I don't know. It's okay. I wanted the 15 card.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just during your turn you can banish him to pop a card. It targets as well, so like it's not particularly great, but I needed a 15th card. I didn't know what else to put in, and I didn't want a second Entis, so he's just in here. It probably becomes a second Mirror Jade. Yeah, I'm only playing 1 Mirror Jade today, but 2 Mirror Jades came up once, so he'll probably go back to being a Mirror Jade. And then the Albaz stuff, Rebellion, Titanklad, 1 Mirror Jade, 2 Albion. Like I said, you resolve the first Brand Fusion, and the rest of these are pretty much dead the whole game.
Why do you play 2 of this then?
Because I want to send 1 off of
Oh, and you have to summon 1, right?
Yeah, you send 1 off the bat, and then if you already have access to Ecclesia, then you just send another Albion. You can search another Branded Fusion. It's technically dead, but some opponents won't know you're only playing 1 Albaz, and it just becomes an extra card they didn't have before.
Yeah.
It's just another way to make an extra card. And yeah, you can banish one of these off Prosperity if you want. It's not a big deal. You just need to make sure you have a target for Mirror Jade from your extra deck.
If you have to go that line, is there a world where you can like summon this, use this to banish the Fallen in itself to summon this, and then like pitch shuffle the Fallen back?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, there's definitely a world in which you do that. But
just if
going for
this
that
card's
play,
good.
Yeah, going for that play that you can't. Well, no, you could. Yeah, you could do that. Actually, yeah, it seems pretty good most of the time. Yeah.
If you're discarding something that'll get you value, like
one of the
trap.
Eldlich cards. Yeah, for sure. And then the last 2 are just Pleiades and Gustav Max. A lot of people aren't playing these in this deck. I think they're both really, really good.
Pleiades is insane.
Yeah, Pleiades is great. This card also came up a lot today. I threatened to burn for game once, and I actually did burn for game once off of it.
Hell yeah, I love those cards.
It's very crazy. I love that card. So yeah, that's the extra deck. The side deck is it's a bit of a mess. Like I said, I was kind of scrambling for this deck, so like the build isn't very good, and yeah, but you know it got me there, so here it is. 2 Lava Golems. I was playing 3, but I needed more space, so I'm only playing 2 right now.
Sure, give me a minute.
Droll Knockbird. Main 1, side 1. This card's crazy against Despia.
Especially now with a lot of people on Allure of Darkness and stuff.
Yeah, it's really, really good against that part. And then the Zombie World thing, Zombie World, Necroworld, Banshee. It's okay. It's not nearly as good in this deck as it would be in pure Despia. They can get to Brand Fusion way easier than you can. So it's not a very consistent way to blow out certain matchups, but it's still very, very good to include.
And the grind against those matchups, you can kind of get it though if you're able to like get it off Elixir because it's a zombie.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
doesn't come up too much, but it sometimes has.
It's definitely something to think about for sure. And then some of the trap cards, I'm citing 2 mistakes. This is mainly for Despia.
You mained that the last locals, right?
I did, yeah. And then I was drawing it a lot going second, and I was like, wow, I wish there was any other card right now.
Yeah.
I think it's best just knowing you're going first, signing him in, drawing one and trying to blow him out. And then 2 anti-spells. It's really tricky to fit all the slots in this deck. Like, obviously, I want 3 anti-spells. I want to see it at game 1. But, yeah, I don't know. I only have 2 right now. Like I said, this side deck is not particularly great. I'd probably put a third one in. I don't know what I would cut, though. And then 3 Solemn, 3 Evenly. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. This card's very, very good against the Mirror. It's pretty good against Despia. Some other decks to get some value off of and stuff. And yeah, I was going between 3 Lava Golem, 2 Evenly, and 2 Lava Golem, 3 Evenly, and
Decided with evenly today.
yeah, I think this is slightly better because this is better against Despia. Sometimes Lava Golem doesn't actually get to be used.
Oh yeah, because they just end on a mirror.
Yeah, they'll
gate
end on a
then.
Mirror Jade. And it's like, whoa, great, cool, Lava Golem.
Especially if you end up floodgating them, it's like, what can
Yeah,
they do? They're
exactly.
under like a rivalry. They
Yeah,
can't
that's-
summon past the worm.
Exactly, yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's the deck.
Oh, sick. Well, you have any like closing thoughts or anything?
If I'm being honest, I don't think this deck is very good. I think it's very dependent on the right combination of cards you draw, your die rolls. You really need to win your die rolls with this deck to...
How many did you win today?
I actually won 3 and lost 2, so I was able to play a little bit, but yeah, I think this deck is very, very die roll dependent right now, and I don't know, it just feels weird. Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna play Sun Avalon today, and I didn't get everything for it, so I was
Damn.
playing this. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see that profile soon then too.
Hopefully. I have no idea how to play the deck yet, but we'll learn.
Though. All right, bet. Well, thank you.
Yeah.